Alessandra returns home after a rare outing, only to be met with Katrina's wrath. She's further distressed when she finds Kate threatening her pet kitten. Alessandra is trapped between maintaining her facade of timidity and protecting the innocent creature, leaving her future uncertain. The kitten mewled pitifully, dangling precariously in Kate's grasp. Alessandra knew any wrong move could send the tiny creature plummeting to the ground. But what could she do? But how much longer could she play this game? How long could she endure Katrina's scorn and Kate's cruelty? And, most importantly, what would happen if she finally broke? Would she lose everything she was working towards, or would she finally find the strength to fight back?
You irritate me, Alessandra. Father was mad at me for what happened this morning, and for not being able to talk to the Duke last night. It's all your fault, Alessandra. Remember that. Kate threw the kitten out the window against a nearby tree and peered down to see it fall. Initially, Kate had only meant to drop the kitten outside the window for it to wander away. But seeing Alessandra back from her trip made her furious. If she could, she would have taken it somewhere higher to drop it. I never told you to... Hey! Kate yelled when Alessandra ran out of the room instead of listening to her. Please be all right. Alessandra chanted in her head over and over as she ran outside to check on the kitten. Hold on till tomorrow, little one. He will come for us.
Katrina, hasn't this punishment gone on long enough? She has not been given any food since yesterday morning. The point was to make her comfortable, to never want to venture out of her bedroom, not make her want to retaliate, said Desmond. He was sitting at the head of the table the next day after Alessandra was punished by his wife. He was certain the little freedom he gave Alessandra to ride around yesterday would have been enough to satisfy her curiosity about seeing the outside world. Now, Katrina made his plan backfire. She was disrespectful, therefore she needed to be punished. You know how much I hate pets. Kate has been begging to get a small dog like the rest of her friends, but I have repeatedly told her no. It wouldn't be fair for Alessandra to have one and not Kate, Katrina replied. I agree with Mother. If Alessandra gets to keep the cat, then I shall have a dog, Father. Pretty please, Kate started to beg. All her friends had the same small, fluffy dog, and she was the only one without. It was embarrassing. She should have whatever they have. Not a chance, Kate. I am going to get rid of that animal. Alessandra will have food when she is ready to apologize for her behavior. Katrina looked at her husband. She was putting her foot down this time and doing as she pleased with Alessandra. I don't disagree with you getting rid of the animal, but I wanted Alessandra to be satisfied enough with being outside to stay in her room. Had you sent the food to her room the night of the party, she wouldn't have met with the Duke. Desmond sighed, rubbing his temple. He heard nothing from Duke Edgar regarding Alessandra, which was a good thing. However, he was nervous about the information he gave to the Duke. Was it worth something? It's not fair. Alessandra got to speak with the Duke. Well, I hardly spoke to him. I got dressed up for him and it went to waste. He's so hard to please, Kate grumbled, stuffing her face with a biscuit. Kate, do not eat so quickly as you'll choke. And lay off the flour. We do not need you gaining too much weight. It is up to you to find a good husband to restore our finances. There will still be a chance for you to capture the Duke's attention. Who else can rival you? Katrina thought highly of her daughter's looks and was confident enough that there would be no one else for the Duke to marry but Kate. It would have to be the princess wishing to marry the Duke, but even then, Katrina would still view Kate as the better choice.
Kate continued to grumble about the unfairness of it all, oblivious to the larger game her mother was playing. Katrina, ever the strategist, was already plotting her next move, confident that her daughter's beauty was her greatest weapon. But as Alessandra remained locked in her room, nursing a wounded kitten and a broken heart, a different kind of storm was brewing. What secrets did Alessandra hold? Secrets that could unravel everything. Would the kitten survive? Would Alessandra ever forgive Kate's cruelty? And most importantly, what price would they all pay for their ambition and deceit?
Hey, I'm Alexandra. If you're wondering what happens next, download the Pocket FM app now and listen to the exciting episode of Duke's Masked Bride.